Daily Slow English.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something almost every English learner asks at some point.
Yes, the big question. How do I stop translating in my head? How do I just think in English and speak faster?
Oh, we know this feeling so well. You know your grammar, you know a lot of words, but when you try to speak, everything feels slow.
Your brain is doing two jobs at once. First, you think the idea in your own language, then you go looking for the English words. And by the time you find them, the moment is already gone.
And here is the good news. This is completely normal, especially at the beginning. Translation is not wrong. It is actually useful when you're just starting out.
Exactly. But if translation becomes your main strategy every single time you speak, that is when it becomes a problem. That is when speaking starts to feel heavy and tiring.
So, what does thinking in English actually mean? It does not mean you never think in your own language again. It means your brain can find English words quickly and automatically without stopping to search every time.
Think of your brain like a desk. If your desk is messy, papers everywhere, things piled up, it takes 5 minutes just to find one pen. That is what translation feels like.
But if your desk is clean and organized, you reach for the pen and it is right there. 1 second, no searching. That is fluency. That is thinking in English.
I love that picture. And the great news is science actually backs this up. A study from 2024 looked specifically at what makes people fluent when speaking a second language.
They focused on something called cognitive fluency. Now, that sounds like a big term, but in simple words, it just means how quickly can your brain find a word when you need it.
The study found two types of learners. Some learners use controlled processing. Their brain slows down, searches carefully, and checks every word before speaking. Other learners use more automatic processing. Their brain finds words fast, almost without thinking.
And the result was clear. Learners with more automatic word access spoke faster, with fewer pauses, and sounded much more natural. Not because they knew more words, but because their brain was better trained to find those words quickly.
That is so important to hear. It is not about talent. It is not about being naturally good at languages. It is about training. And training is something every single one of us can do.
So here is the good news. There are real, practical ways to train your brain, and we want to share 3 of our favorites today. Ready?
Ready. Let's go. Tip number 1.
Tip 1. Learn collocations. Your brain does not like learning single, lonely words one by one. It loves patterns. It loves words that go together naturally.
For example, heavy rain, not big rain. Make a decision, not do a decision. Take responsibility, not carry responsibility. These pairs, these chunks of words, are called collocations.
When you learn words in chunks like this, your brain starts to anticipate the next word. You hear heavy, and your brain already knows rain is coming. You hear make-a, and your brain says decision. This makes retrieval so much faster.
I remember when I started learning collocations. I practiced phrases like catch a bus, keep in touch, run out of time. At first, I had to think, but after a few weeks, those phrases just came out automatically. No searching, no translating.
Yes, and that happens for everyone. Your brain is not broken. It just needs enough repetition with the right patterns. Once it has seen a chunk enough times, it stores it as one unit, not 5 separate words. One unit. That is the magic.
A simple way to start. Pick 5 collocations every week. Write them. Say them out loud. Then try to use them in a sentence about your own life. 5 is enough. Do not try to learn 50.
Beautiful. Okay, tip number 2. And this one is a personal favorite. Shadowing.
Shadowing means you listen to a native speaker and you repeat what they say immediately, out loud. No translating, no analyzing, no pausing to think, just reaction.
There is a real story behind this tip. Klaus, who created this channel, used shadowing when he was learning French. He says it is one of the main things that actually moved him from slow, careful speech to real fluency.
And it works because of what the research showed us. Shadowing pushes your brain away from controlled processing, that slow, careful searching, and toward automatic processing. Your mouth starts to move before your brain has time to translate.
You do not need a lot of time for this. Start with just 30 seconds a day. Find a short video in English. Listen to one sentence, then repeat it immediately out loud. Copy the speed, copy the rhythm, copy the feeling. Every day.
It is just like singing along to a song, right? When you sing your favorite song, you're not stopping to analyze the grammar, you just feel the rhythm and the words come out.
Exactly. Shadowing does the same thing for speaking. It builds that natural feeling in your mouth and your ears, and that feeling is what starts to replace translation.
And do not worry about mistakes when you shadow. Mistakes are fine. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to make your brain retrieve words faster and faster. Every time you repeat out loud, you are building that speed. Okay, tip 3. This one is about input, specifically English stories and real conversations.
And here is something important to know. You do not need to understand every single word. Research shows that understanding around 60 to 70% of what you hear is actually the sweet spot for learning.
Because when you understand most of it, but not all of it, your brain has to work a little. It has to predict meaning. It has to use context. It has to fill in the gaps. And that mental workout is exactly how your brain learns to connect ideas directly to English.
Imagine you're listening to a story. You hear, the sky was dark and there was a loud noise. Thunder. Even if you don't know the word thunder, the story tells you everything. Dark sky, loud noise, storm. Your brain makes the connection without any translation.
So give yourself a simple, realistic daily goal. Watch one short English video, listen to a short podcast, read a few paragraphs of a story. The topic does not matter as much as the habit. Make it daily. Make it enjoyable.
And here's a small tip. Choose content about something you actually love. If you love cooking, find English cooking videos. If you love travel, listen to travel stories. When you enjoy the topic, your brain stays focused longer, and longer focus means more learning.
It will not happen overnight, but after a few weeks of daily input, you will start to notice something. You will understand a phrase without translating it. You will laugh at a joke before you even finish reading the subtitle.
Those small moments are signs your brain is changing.
And we want to be honest with you. Thinking in English is not a switch you flip one day. It is a gradual change. Some days you will translate, some days you will not. That is completely normal, and that is okay.
The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is less effort and more flow. You will notice it slowly. One day you answer a question before you even realize you answered it. That is the moment, and it will come.
Thinking in English is not a myth. It is not something only special people can do. It is something your brain learns to do when you train it the right way. Collocations, shadowing, real input every day.
Those three things, learning patterns, using repetition, and getting real input, teach your brain to find English words faster. And one day, without even noticing, you will not be thinking about English anymore. You will just be speaking.
So our question for you today is this. Which of these 3 tips are you going to try this week? Collocations? Shadowing? More input? Pick one, just one. One small step is all you need.
Write it in the comments. We would love to hear from you. And if this episode helped you today, please share it with a friend who is also learning English.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We really do believe in your English journey. Keep going, keep practicing, and we will see you next time.
Bye, everyone. Take care and keep going. You have got this.